So why bother making a real album anymore, right? There's all these apps, there's like Suno, Logic Pro has all these amazing AI features these days. Why bother actually spending the time, spending the energy, spending the money creating a real album with real people? I'm Adam Holmes, I'm a songwriter from Edinburgh. I've made 10 albums of my own. I've produced dozens for other people. I've got 1 million followers. I've got 80,000 Spotify monthly listeners. I'm one of the world's biggest music and creativity Patreons. And today, I want to speak with you about the case for actually making an album, actually making a record. When you think about the word record, why is it called a record? My friend Chris said this to me one time, a tremendously respected, incredible songwriter and interpreter of Scottish song. He said to me, think about it, it's called a record. It's a record of a time, right? Now the issue with all the AI tools is it's almost like the difference between a font and a story. So you can quite convincingly in 2026 use AI tools to create something that sounds convincing to the average person. Here's the thing, it won't convince you because it's not truly your story. I want to make a case, and that case is effort. Effort is what makes something respectable, it's what makes you respected, and it's what gives the product value, right? The value of a product is the things that you've experienced as a human being. And the primary thing has to be overcoming the challenges required in order to become a world-class songwriter, producer of music, singer, guitarist, right? And there's always going to be space for that in the world. And actually what you could argue, and it'll be interesting to see, my prediction personally is that across the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, as AI, as robotics get more and more and more advanced, my personal prediction is that these skills become more meaningful. They become more important because people are craving the humanity of the story rather than the form of the font. Think about a standard sans font versus Harry Potter, right? There's no way an AI can come up with the uniquely human struggle of limitation. The whole point of AI is to remove limitation. And there's many areas where that's a positive thing. But let's say you've been through a messy divorce, or you've been through some kind of abuse, or you've been through whatever it is in your life that's created you as a person. AI can sort of paint by numbers and create a palette of what it thinks that might feel like, but it can't feel it. It can't feel the shame. It can't feel the negative emotion and the discomfort and create something real based off its own limitation as a result of that. So the thing about actually learning how to record music is, what are you doing when you record music? You're making a record of a moment, of your skill set of a moment, right? The reason why I love making albums, and making lots of them in my case, is because each time I make an album, I have an opportunity to correct on and improve on what I felt was missing in the last one. It's an ever-evolving game, it's an ever-changing game. And when I say improve, I don't necessarily mean make it be more in tune, more in time. I actually mean uncover my own pure, true essence and allow it to be visible, right? As I've gotten older, I'm 35 now. When I was 21, I was really interested in trying to cover everything. I would cover my lyrics in poetry, I would cover the recordings in a lot of different instruments. And I was really honestly looking to hide within my own art. And as I've gotten older, I've learned that actually what makes us human, what makes art interesting, is not form. It's our own unique humanity. You have to learn enough of the form. But if it was just form, then anybody with AI could make music as good as Bob Dylan, or anyone with AI could make music as good as Bob Marley or Joni Mitchell. And that's not the case, and it never will be the case. AI is a tool, right? It's like a synth is a tool. If you gave a synth to Mozart, or you gave a synth to, you know, a 15-year-old kid who's never played any music, you're going to get a very different result. So all the top producers are using AI to do less of the jobs that we don't want to do, but the raw humanity of doing takes, performing, the value of those things is never going to decrease. It's never going to become less. And you're never going to be replaced by someone, or you'll be replaced by someone who can use AI, right? You won't be replaced by AI. Everyone's talking about this right now. You'll be replaced by someone who can use it. But I wager that the person who can use it well and authentically, like Mozart would use a synth, is going to be the person who was already good and already had the core principles. Because the truly great record producers, if you look at someone like Rick Rubin, how's he managed to be in so many rooms around so many amazing albums? It's like silly how many world-class albums. The reason is because he's a master of facilitation, of vibration, of self-awareness, of the permission needed to create truly good art. Truly good art comes from a space of permission, connection, shared humanity, humans working on a thing together. That's what makes something special. Two things making something better than it could be made on its own. That's my case so far. I'm sure I'll have other thoughts to add to it. It's a cool wee alleyway. Yeah, I just found this. I was trying to find somewhere kind of quiet to record a video for you guys, and I'm going to go and eat some chicken wings now. Those are some of my thoughts currently. I'm using AI a lot. I do think it is an amazing tool if used correctly, like any tool. So I'm not close to it, but I just wanted to offer my current perspectives on record production and the case for actually making a real album as a songwriter. If you want to come join my club, you can click the link in the top comment. You can also apply to work with me on an album down there if you want. And have a good day. Bye.